Radio Free Endor presents the Endor Express.
On Christmas Eve, long time ago, I laid quietly in my bunk. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound that the droids had told me I would never hear, the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh.
There is no Santa.
My droid had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I did hear the sound, though not of ringing bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked into my window and saw our astro trains perfectly still in front of the old AT-AT. Wrapped in an apron of steam, snowflakes fell lightly around it. Two conductors stood at the open door of one of the cars. One of them took out a large pocket watch from his vest and showed it to the other.
Is your watch saying the same as mine, Paul?
If yours is saying 5 to midnight, then yes.
Cool, dude. Hey, there's a boy looking at us. Up there.
Well, according to my clipboard, he's our next pickup.
Then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and robe. I tiptoed downstairs and out of the door.
Look sharp, here he comes.
One of the conductors cried out. I ran up to him.
All aboard! Well, are you coming?
Where?
Why, to the North Marker, of course. This is the Endor Express.
Hey, that sounded really cool. Use that next time instead of, if your name's not down, you're not coming in.
I took his outstretched hand and he pulled me aboard.
Take a seat, kid. We're about to pull away.
Okay.
Engine room. Cargo is safe. You may engage engines.
New acquisitions. Splendid.
The train was filled with other children, all in their pajamas and nightgowns.
Tickets, please.
I don't have a ticket.
Try your pocket.
Okay. It's not there.
Try your other pocket.
It's not there.
Sorry, that Ewok's holding it. Punch it, Paul.
Okay.
No, his ticket, Paul. Punch his ticket.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We sang songs from Christmas in the stars and carols and ate Ewok candy centres as white as snow, and I even pulled the emergency brake.
And in case you didn't know, that call is for emergency purposes only.
And in case you weren't aware, tonight is Christmas Eve.
And in case you haven't noticed, this train is on a very tight schedule.
Yes, it is, Paul.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Your attention, please. Are there any Endor Express passengers in need of refreshment?
I thought so.
Jamie, do we have to sing now?
Don't worry, Paul. I've got this covered.
We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars.
Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot, hot, hey, we got it. Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot chocolate, hot, oh, we got it. Hot, hot, so we got it. Hot, hot, yo, we got it. Hot chocolate, here we only got one rule.
Here we only got one rule.
Never ever let it cool.
Never ever
keep it cooking in the pot. Soon you've got hot chocolate. Hot, hot, hey, we got it. Hot, hot, whoa, we got it. Hot, hot, yeah, we got it. Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot, hot, hey, we got it. Hot, hot, whoa, we got it. Hot, hot, we got it. Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot, hot, hey, we got it. Oh, oh, hey, we got it. Hot, hot, yeah, we got it. Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot, hot, hey, we got it. Hot, hot, whoa, we got it. Hot, hot, yeah, we got it. Hot, hot, oh, we got it. Hot,
Jamie.
what? Sorry. Hot chocolate.
Outside, the lights of East Endor and the Ewok villagers flickered in the distance as the Endor Express raced northward.
Stop that. This is a public address microphone. It's not a toy. It is not a toy.
Shut them windows, please. You don't want to be decapitated, do you?
What does decapitated mean? Soon there was no more lights to be seen. We travelled through cold dark forests where lean wilks roamed and white-tailed hoojips hid from our astro train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed a mountain so high it seemed as if we could scrape the Endor moon, but the Endor Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like the shuttle on Star Tours. The mountains turned into hills, the hills to snow-covered plains, where we crossed a barren desert of ice.
Well, we've just crossed it. Latitude 66 degrees, 33 minutes. The Great Endor Ice Cap.
And do you see those lights in the distance? They look like the lights of a strange star cruiser sailing through the frozen rings of Lemur. There is the North Marker.
It was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first we saw no elves.
They are gathering at the centre of the city. That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas.
Who receives the first gift?
He will choose one of you.
Look out of the windows, kids.
Elves!
Outside we saw hundreds of elves as our transport drew closer to the centre of the North Marker. We slowed to a crawl so crowded where the streets with Santa's helpers that the Endor Express could go no further. We stopped and the conductors led us outside.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen and non-human species. 2 columns if you please. Shorter in the front, taller in the rear. Even numbered birthdays on the right and odd numbers on the left. No pushing, no pushing. Let's not dilly-dally.
Right, kids, let's pass through this crowd to the edge of the large open circle. Can you see it? In front of us. It's Santa's sleigh.
Those reindeer look excited to me. Look at them jumping up and down, kids. Can you hear them silver bells ringing that hang from their harnesses?
It was a magical sound like nothing I'd ever heard.
What is that? That, my silly friend, is the sound of bells. What are bells? Excuse me, sir. Might I inquire what's going on?
We're singing for Santa Claus to appear.
Across the circle, the elves moved apart and Santa appeared.
He looks very jolly.
Must be all them milk and cookies.
The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us and pointing to me and said,
"Let's have this fellow here." Ho, ho, ho.
He jumped into his sleigh. The conductors helped me up.
To me.
To you.
To me. To me.
I sat on Santa's knee and he asked,
Now, what would you like for Christmas?
I knew that I could have any gift I could imagine, like a PlayStation VR setup, but the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was the new Minecraft game on pre-order. Hold on. No. Sorry, I wanted one silver bell from Santa's sleigh.
Ho ho ho! Yes, indeed. Oi, elf!
Yep.
Blast one of those bells from that reindeer's harness for me.
Okay, will do. Here you go.
The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood holding the bell high above him and called out,
The first gift of Christmas!
Best put that someplace safe, my friend.
Okay.
But not in your shoe. It would be uncomfortable.
Okay.
All aboard!
As soon as we were back inside the Endor Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa Claus's sleigh.
Is there anything I might do to help?
I think it's not too late. Let us hurry outside and have a look for it.
Engine room. Cargo is safe and the elves are out of the way. Partying. You may engage engines.
But the transport gave a sudden lurch and started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose Santa's bell.
Sir, if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while.
Okay.
Next stop, East Endor, the old ATAT radio station of East Endor.
When the train reached the old radio station, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. One of the conductors yelled something from the moving Astro train, but I couldn't hear him.
Merry Christmas!
That was right in my ear, dude.
What? I yelled at him. Then he cupped his hand around his mouth.
I'll do this one, Paul. Cover your ears. Merry Christmas!
The Endor Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away.
Smile and wave, Paul. Smile and wave.
Let's get in, it's cold.
On Christmas morning, my family and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, my mum found one last small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was the silver bell. There was a note.
Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Better fix that hole in your pocket. Mr. C.
I shook the bell. It made the most beautiful sound I ever heard, but my brother said,
Oh, that's too bad. It's broken.
when I had shaken the bell, my brother had not heard a sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as years passed, it felt silent for all of them. Even my best friend found one Christmas that he could no longer hear its sweet sound. Though I've grown old and got
My own podcast. The bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly
believe.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!